Hello friends and welcome back. My name is Tumikladi and listen, this video is going to be a good one. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Like the video if you find it very helpful. Leave any comment, suggestion, recommendation, question and I'll be sure to answer them. And please watch all other videos in this series. Let's get started. So, I'm on my portal and we're going to work with categories. So, I'm going to show you how I went about and why I may have chosen Azure to be a place where I store my images, but it can be a place where you store anything, documents. Also, I do store documents, PDFs, because the system allows me to generate invoices. So those ones are stored on Azure. I do have videos because the app is making use of a video, especially on the welcome video, but mostly it's images, right? So why I chose Azure. So let's get started. So I'm gonna go to categories. So these are all the categories. This is how I've designed the system, by the way. So let me give you a brief example about what's going on here. So I do have category name. As you can see, there are adults and then kids, and then there's a category image, right? This is randomly generated. And then when was it created, right? Everything that I do, I need to know when something was created. So as you can see, last time I uploaded images was one day. It was in a single day on the 12th of November, right? And now we're about to add a new category for adults. So for adults, I've gone ahead and I've taken a picture of one of my pair of shoes, right, this morning, and I just transferred from my phone to my laptop. So we're gonna upload this image, right? But the whole video is about how do I go about it. So let's get started. So I'm gonna go and say add new, because remember I have the power to do that, and as soon as I upload it, whoever has the mobile app right now will be able to see this image, right? So I have to choose a category, right? And by the way, this whole thing, you can't just hit save, because there are a lot of things that you have to do without it is going to tell you. It says there's an issue, the category could not be added. Please below it where you need to add and fix. Well, normally it's supposed to show the errors, but yes. So let's say I choose the image, it's on a desktop, and here it is. And notice the image, the size is 3000 by 4000. That means it's quite huge, right? Okay, let's cancel that. Even if you attempt, it's not going to allow you, because I have to make sure that you go through everything. It's still refusing, say the ad needs a category, so please select one. So you first have to say, is the shoe belonging to category of kids, youth, or adults? And then now we have to choose that image. And now I can just, so now it's taking that image, it's doing whatever it needs to do, but it's uploading it to Azure. Give it a couple of seconds. Done. That was very quick. If you see the success, just know that it was successful, because we have a new category. It's now it's been given a unique file name. And on the 2nd of January, 2025, 5:58. There we go. So now if I tap, I'm going to the info, right? Then I can see more information about it. And then as I tap on it, I'm going to open the image and where it's uploaded. And this is the image. This is the image, right? So how do you get here? Let's go back to Visual Studio Code. Let's go to cover the shoe and let's go web. Remember, this is 2-in-1. It's both the ASP.NET Core MVC and ASP.NET Core Web API, 2-in-1. I made a video about that one, so please go and watch other videos. So where do we start? I want us to go straight to the controller. MVC, let's see. Now it's not in general. Let's go to shoes. MVC, there we go. This is where it starts, right? This I need to get rid of. Okay, so I have on the controller a couple of things. I have lower variables, right? First, I talk to iCategory service, but we're not going to do that. I want us to go to iBlob storage. So this is who we care about. So what is this guy? iBlob storage. And oh, by the way, just know that you need to go to app settings to save your access and your credentials to have access to Azure, especially that storage accounts on app settings, right? So, but we do have a blob storage, right? And we use a constructor to make sure that the blob storage is known, right? So that we can make use of it. So let's forget about index. Let's forget about info. And the add, let's forget about it. I want where we're actually uploading, which is the post version of it. So we're decorating it with attribute HTTP post. Another one, disable request size limit. This is very important. This disables the request body size limit. Disabling the request body size limit can be a security concern in regards to uncontrolled resource consumption, particularly if the request body is being buffered. And then there's another one, request form limit, right? So this one, I'm using multi-part body length limit. I believe this was 2 gig, if I'm not mistaken, right? And request size limit also set it to almost 2 gig. But I know because I'm the only one who can upload the images there. So we get inside, obviously. So we need to take a look at the view model. So let's close this guy and let's go to the view models. Choose MVC categories. So here, what's interesting, we need, I should have started with the view, that page where we are adding. So let's go to categories where we are adding. So this one, obviously, we are linking the model to that of categories view model. And then I'm using the container of a form. And then anchor type is going to be multi-part form data. And when we post, it's going to expect that the multi-part form data, right? And then we forget about this first div. Well, we don't forget about it. In fact, this one. But we come to this div. On this div, the only thing that you need to be aware of is this guy. The input, the type is going to be a file. It accepts all kinds of images. And then the model is going to point to form file underscore upload underscore image. Then that's all you need to know about the view. If you look at that view model, I do have a property of type iForm file. This represents a file sent with HTTP request, and this will be the name of it, form file underscore upload image. So just the friendly name is upload image. If we go back, it will just say upload image, which is this one. Good. Now we are done with that one. So we're expecting that categories view model to come in, right? Then I do my try. It's very important, try and catch block. I try whatever I'm gonna try, but if there's an exception, first I'm using log to log the error. I get who logged in and I say they cause exception on the categories when they attempt to add, obviously on the HTTP post. Then I use a sentry to capture the exception. Please watch the previous videos where we looked at sentry. And then what I do, I attempt to delete. I'll come to this method. I wait delete uploaded blobs. And then there's a file name that I saved temporarily on global variables. Then I show that, listen, we could not upload or submit the ad at the moment. Then I repopulate the ad with these, and then I return the view. I hope that makes sense. So let's see what is it we are attempting. If the model state is not valid, or that meaning that you just hit save, obviously the model state is not valid. Why? In fact, that I did not do. That's a very funny thing because I should put the model state here and say this is required. And that will show. I'm going to try that because it's supposed to show something. All right. I think I may just have a small bug, but I'll fix it. So I check if the model state, if it's valid or not. And if it's not, or if there's a form file upload image, it's null, meaning that you did not select a file to upload. It's going to show the warning and repopulate and then show the view again. Other than that, we're going to get whatever we have selected, kids, youth, or adults as category. It's going to go here. There's a check of it. Other than that, we're gonna get it there, whoever or whatever we have chosen, kids, youth, or adults, which is whatever the value here, right? It's gonna be saved on the category name. So now we come to good stuff. Whatever that I have chosen, remember there's an iForm file, right? I am going to pass it to a method called upload images. This upload images is going to return a string, as you can see. It's awaitable, but it's going to return a string, and then it expects that iForm file, which is very important. So let's go to that method. There we go. So this is the method. Private async task is going to return string. It expects iForm file. So I do have a var blob uploaded status 0. That means this is an integer. Right away, if I start to say 0, it's important to know that this is integer. I could have said int, it's fine. So I'm going to say var unique file name, generate file name, a random file name. If you want to know how I generate random file names, like these ones, please do highlight me, because what I do, this is a good way, but this also is a unique file name where I chosen 5 characters. It should be capitalized. It should have numbers, and letters. And then I just do underscore. But if you want to know how I did it, please make sure that you let me know in the comment section below. So random file name, right? And after that unique file name, then I drew underscore and then new go it, right? So that will give us a custom file name. Then I do have a custom file name underscore image, meaning that one I just put underscore dot png at the end. I want them to be PNGs, or not JPEG or anything. So this is all about the custom file name for that image. Then remember that blob upload status of integer. I'm gonna say await. We did not talk about the. You know what? We should talk about this guy. We should talk about this. I think I'm gonna do part 2 of this guy. Yeah, let's do part 2, where we're gonna dive deeper into what is this iBlob storage, because this is something that I have created, but why is it important? Stay tuned for part 2, and let me know, like I said, if you have any recommendation, question, or you have a concern or you need clarity on. But I'm gonna do part 2 of uploading images to Azure. Stay tuned for that video. Until next time.